Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Moments. Lately, there's been a scene that feels quite interesting, ironic. Some Taekook fans have been cheering as if they've just won a major trophy. Not because of an official statement, not because of a real confession, but simply because of a single birthday greeting. One simple greeting that suddenly gets treated as absolute proof, as a grand announcement, as a sign that Jungkook has forgotten Jimin. But the question is actually very simple. Can one public greeting truly erase all the reality that has repeatedly unfolded right before our eyes? Or is this yet another example of how ordinary moments are twisted, cut apart, and forced to fit a certain narrative? In this video, we won't rely on theories or assumptions. We will look at what actually happened, without edits, without agendas, and without exaggerated drama. Because more often than not, the truth is clearest when someone is trying their hardest to cover it up. Lately, some Taekook fans really have been acting as if they've won. With great pride, they claim that Jungkook has completely forgotten Jimin, and that through this one sign, Jungkook has finally proven that he only cares about Taehyung. Ironically, all of this uproar started from a very ordinary birthday greeting. One greeting, nothing more. Yet it's treated as if it were a relationship confirmation, as if Jungkook stood before the world and declared something he never actually said. If we're truly honest with reality, that greeting was not extraordinary at all. In fact, it was far from special, despite how some try to portray it. First, Jungkook hasn't given Taehyung a public birthday greeting like that for years. Second, Jungkook wasn't the only member who did it. That means there was nothing unique, nothing exclusive, and nothing that set that greeting apart from what other members did. The video that was uploaded wasn't intimate or romantic. All the members were present. There was no one-on-one moment, no personal atmosphere, no emotional setting that could be called special. But because this group enjoys dissecting every second, especially when the goal is to compare and belittle Jikook, even a simple greeting was forced into becoming absolute proof. If we apply the most basic logic, there is only one conclusion from that situation. They met in a work-related context. Period. All the members were present, including Jimin. The fact that Jimin didn't upload anything doesn't mean he wasn't there. Not everything needs to be posted to be considered real. Life doesn't operate according to social media algorithms. Instagram stories from practice aren't new. The Weverse video that was uploaded even dates back to August. On the same day, Taehyung, Hobi, and Jungkook were also seen shopping in Los Angeles. Nothing was new. There was no one-on-one meeting. No context beyond work. In every one of those situations, Jungkook and Taehyung were never truly alone, even though the opposite narrative keeps being forced. But the irony doesn't stop there. The same group began spreading claims that Jikook is over simply because Jungkook was said not to know Jimin's birthday, or was accused of not caring. This claim is completely false. Jungkook even connected a song from 1995 to Jimin's birth year. And if there's one person who consistently shows that Jimin is always on his mind, that person is Jungkook. Not every form of care needs to be announced publicly. Real life doesn't work like Instagram. Ironically, on Taehyung's birthday itself, even during a short live broadcast that day, very clear and hard to deny Jikook moments appeared. These moments are often deleted, cut, or edited to make them look like Taekook. But manipulation can only survive through clips, because the reality within the live broadcast is very different. In the live they claimed showed Jungkook happy, being hugged by Taehyung. What was actually visible was the opposite. Jungkook kept sticking close to Jimin. Even after that hug ended, Jungkook didn't let go of Jimin. In the second live, at the same location, Jin was also present. When Jin said he was cold, Jimin immediately wrapped his arms around him. Jungkook himself didn't want to take his hands out of his jacket because of the cold. He signaled to Taehyung, but Tae instead pulled him closer and pushed him toward Jimin. Tae briefly hugged Jungkook, but Jungkook tried to pull his arm away, and because of the cold, he couldn't. In the end, Jungkook fully embraced Jimin and stayed there. Tae even tried to pull Jungkook back toward the center. But this time, it didn't work. Jungkook remained firmly attached to Jimin, hugging him clearly and without hesitation, making it obvious where he wanted to be. This is not interpretation, not a theory. It's exactly what was seen and heard in the live broadcast. In the end, all of this chaos only proves one old pattern. Small moments are exaggerated, other facts are ignored, and realities that don't align with a favorite ship are simply erased. It becomes even more exhausting because the same group often has a constant urge to link Jimin with anyone according to their agenda. Today Jimin is called gay, tomorrow straight. Everything changes depending on which ship they want to push. There's no consistency, only self-interest. A clear example appeared during Yoongi's live about his cat. Yoongi simply said that Jimin likes his cat, finds it cute, and enjoys petting it, though not for long because of his allergy. That's it. No other meaning. Yet absurd conclusions immediately surfaced. Jimin and Yoongi live together. Even though Yoongi clearly said that he lives with his parents. This real fact was ignored because it didn't fit the narrative. Ironically, Jimin's closeness with Bam, Jungkook's dog, which is far more consistent, is minimized. Bam often chooses Jimin, follows him, obeys him, and shows a natural bond. If we followed their own logic, it would actually make more sense to say Jimin lives with Jungkook. Beyond that, Jungkook is always aware of Jimin's allergy. In Are You Sure? When a kitten approached, Jungkook immediately reminded Jimin not to touch it. That wasn't a coincidence. That was consistent care. In the end, all of these theories are born not from real events, but from the need to force reality to fit a favorite ship. What doesn't fit is ignored. What's trivial is blown out of proportion. Jimin liking cats doesn't mean he lives with cats. It doesn't mean he lives with Yoongi. And it clearly doesn't confirm anything. What has been visible all along is very clear. In real moments, without scripts, without edits, Jungkook always knows where he wants to be. And Jimin is always there. Thank you for watching Jikook Moments. If you appreciate honest, complete analysis grounded in what actually happens, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. See you in the next one. Because the truth never needs to be exaggerated.